Hey there, welcome to today's video. My name is Ricky Hayes. It's a pleasure to have you on today's video. Now today we're going to discuss how you can grow and scale your e-commerce brand using Google Ads with this strategy that works in 2023. Now marketing is changing. It's becoming more expensive and it is key to understand the latest trends to stay on top of for your brand. Now let's just jump straight into it as we go into this in greater detail. Okay, so I've made this document. If you're interested, just ask and I'll share it in the comments. So in this video, I put channel, but in this video, I'm working on the basis of the fact that you have an e-commerce brand. Okay, most of e-commerce brand, it also works for lead generation all the same. You have conversion tracking set up. You have a Google Merchant Center account set up and integrated with Google Ads, and you have your logos approved in the Google Merchant Center. Those are all very important things for different reasons. So please be mindful of each of those regarding this and their importance. If you're interested in that, again, just ask down below. As I said, they're in my channel as well, so just have a look through my channel. But let's have a look at the two types of campaigns. I'm going to add three, but there's mainly two. So we've got brand search. There's nothing new here. A number of you will be well aware of brand search. However, brand search, for those who aren't, is such an important campaign. It's basically a campaign that allows you to rank for the keywords of your business name. Okay, so if your name is dog leash, you can rank for that. And the reason it works so well is because, let's say you're running Facebook ads or doing influence marketing. A lot of people will search your business. They want to see authenticity. Reviews, a very common one we see is the business name followed by review, business name, Trustpilot, business name, authenticity, those types of words. And it works really well because Google will rank your website first because it's using your business name words, hence why your brand is so important. So brand search is the number one campaign in every Google ad campaign ad account in the entire world. Like, I guarantee you, it just always is. So I have a video on brand search. If you're interested, check that out in the channel. The next is that's still relatively new but really working well is Performance Max campaigns. Performance Max campaigns basically streamlines and brings together all of Google's AI sort of machine learning technology alongside all of their various placements being search, display, YouTube, Gmail, and discovery, and shopping, into a single campaign. So it really allows an advertiser to streamline his or her work in a single campaign, and then it really focuses on them because Google's learned a lot over time. So they started with like standard shopping and smart shopping, and then they've gone from that to now Performance Max. So basically they've gotten a lot of their progressive learnings into a single campaign where it combines all of their channels plus all of their smart technology, and it does most of the legwork for you. There are things you have to do. You have to set up your headlines, you can add your images, your logo, your business name, and you also give your audience targeting, whether it's remarketing or whether it's for cold. You put that in. So you still put in things like keywords, and you can make like a custom intent, or you can use interest. There's a variety of different ones. I'm going to go into shortly, briefly, how you sort of set this up in a trial Google ad account. As a pro tip, as I said, I recommend that you have two asset groups. One is for cold and one is for remarketing. With the Performance Max, it will divide the budget quite well. You don't need to worry about remarketing if you're starting out. So put more of that budget towards your cold campaign because that makes both sense. Generally, I start off with in Performance Max with keywords as the starting point there as well. And then 3 is YouTube ads. Now I'm finding YouTube ads is just getting bigger and better. Okay, YouTube is massive and it's only continuing to grow as the world moves to more video-centric content. It is the global number one in pretty much that, if you ask me. YouTube ads is very much used for courses, mentoring, high ticket selling, and very large enterprise brands. It's very much a difficulty for smaller businesses starting out, but especially in e-commerce, but it works really well if you're looking to get highly qualified traffic. So it is very difficult in the beginning. Like in terms of setting up the campaign, it's not. It's just all about profitability I'm talking about. But it has such high conversion rates and it's so stable over that long term. See it for a number of clients and myself. So those are the 3 main campaigns. So let's go into and sort of briefly talk about each of them in Google Ads now. All right, so I'm just in the dummy Google Ad account that I use for a number of videos, frankly. And so I'm just going to go through, and we're just going to make just the brand search and the performance max today. As you can see in other videos I've made it, but I always like to add this one in again, how important it is. So brand search. Sometimes you can be waiting a while here, but brand search is super easy to set up. You want to go for sales because it works really well. With the conversion tracking, again, because I've just set up one. Most of the time if you're running e-commerce, I strongly recommend you use, you can either manually set it up or you can use GAV4 integration. I personally use the GAV4 now. We go search, we go website visits, www.dogs.com. Give it a campaign name, we're just going to continue. Okay, we've already got a draft, so I'll actually use that one. And basically all you do is you want to add, normally what I recommend for search campaigns is using DSA. DSA for search ads works really well now. Now look, don't put it to all countries and stuff, you will get crap traffic. I recommend trying to target to the countries you're getting most of your cold traffic from. Okay, so you can add multiple locations. Let's just leave it at for this test. You can segment your audience. Don't worry about that for this type of campaign. We go next. Now again, we put in the keywords, right? So the most important keywords is the name of your business. First and foremost, the name of the business explicably in phrase and exact match, right? So that's it. And then we make the ad. And as you can see here, we've got the ad. It's got a display path. Now for display path for brand search, you don't really put display path because they're looking for your brand. Okay, so just really important. And you just put in headlines. Okay, so again, the most important part in a brand search headline is the keywords of your business. It helps correlate it to the keyword you're ranking for. It actually reduces your cost per purchase and increases your conversion rate. It's very simple. So, yeah, Ricky Hayes, shop now, okay, something like that, right? So, you can spend a bit of time, always add 2 descriptions. I always recommend trying to add your logo. I always recommend adding some site links being your FAQ, your contact us, your about us, are the main ones that I would add at minimum. Call out is like the benefits of your business, right? You know, is Afterpay available, buy now, pay later, those types of things, okay? How fast do you ship from, where your warehouses are, things like that all help, right? And then you just go next, you choose your budget, you review, you publish. That's it. That's all there is to it when it comes to a brand search campaign, especially as a starting point. What I do is I just sort of get it set up and then I optimize it, right? Unless you're already a very established brand with a lot of existing traffic, you just want to start very simple and not spend forever on it, especially if you're a new business, because I guarantee you it's not going to garnish amazing results in the in the very beginning. So when we also now run Performance Max, okay, we choose sales, okay, especially if you're e-commerce. If you're, you know, it all depends on your business, right? If you're leads, you do that. As a bigger business, a lot of them go brand consideration, I find. I use a lot of brand awareness and reach. Like for instance, for my agency, I use a lot of brand awareness and reach because my goal is to just get to as many people as possible, not get many clicks at all, but just sort of build the brand awareness. It is a bit of a waste, but so you have to have a bit of extra cash because it's not going to get you great results. But anyway, for most of us, we'll go sales, performance max, we go continue. I'm going to choose the test one, and we will skip out on the YouTube one today just to keep it a bit more simple. I will go into YouTube ads more explicably because YouTube ads is a whole kettle of fish, where we're going to speak about how to integrate it and the creatives, how it converts and what works best. So again, you go bidding. Generally, you want to leave it as the default bid. Now I find works well, which is maximize conversions. Pardon me. Leave customer acquisition unticked. Again, choose the country. This is all targeting. We go next, and then you have your asset group. So again, like what we have here, add images. Add at least 2 images. Add your logo, square and rectangle. Add a video. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, which you can easily make, integrate it with Google Ads. You can do that under the tools and settings, and then connected accounts, I believe it's called. Linked accounts, pardon me. And follow the prompts. It's very simple. I will make a video on that. And then add your headlines, right? Okay, so always try and add at least 2 headlines, preferably 4, as well as 2 long headlines, and then descriptions. And then again, the descriptions are things like more detail about it. So the long headline, short headline is something quick and catchy, okay, because depending on the placement, you might only have a certain character length, and then other placements can have more character length, hence why there's a short and long headline, and then there's the description, okay, that sort of really sort of says what the benefit of your product is, okay. Made in Australia, made locally, fast shipping available, 24/7 support, all of those standard things. And then you add your business name. Always add your business name, really important you add that. Site links, again, at least 2. Again, I generally recommend you contact us and about us, FAQ as well. Call to action, I actually leave as automated, right? So, and then display path. You can add a display path. For a lot of these, it's not that necessary. So, but you can. And this is where you choose your audience segment, right? So instead of you manually adding keywords and that to a lot of these, you add your custom segment. So you add your keywords here, and it will make basically like the equivalent of a Facebook custom audience. And that's sort of how that works, okay? So your data is for remarketing, people who have interacted with your business basically, and interests and demographics are things like in-market life events and more. And then obviously you've got your standard, which is your actual core demographics. As a pro tip, again, for most businesses, I recommend 25 to 54. Obviously, it depends on your business, but I don't really recommend 18 to 24 in nearly any business, unless it's a very specific business aimed towards very young individuals. But most of the time, no, you'll find that it's 25 and up, especially due to the current economic status that we're in right now with inflation, cost of living going up. People don't have a lot of spare cash, especially at that younger age in their life. Anyway, so, and that's pretty much it. Go save, and you can make multiple audience segments, okay? Very, very easy. Next, choose the budget, summary, I apologize, and launch. That's pretty much it, right? So that's all you really need to do. And you will learn it more in time. I will be going through some Google Ad accounts where I'm going to be speaking a bit further to live about that too. But that's pretty much it. I hope that sort of has been helpful as an overview. I will go into greater detail in upcoming videos. So that concludes today's training on this for Google Ads to give more insight into it. I hope this has been helpful. I try not to go into too much detail and make it more segmented. Now, this is what I personally use in my companies as well as for my clients, and it works consistently. The best part is it's very easy to manage over the long term, and I hope that this was helpful for you. Please be sure to subscribe and like this content if you want more. Obviously, if you have questions and any feedback, comment that down below. Otherwise, I hope this has been very helpful. I will catch you in next week's video as well. I also release shorts that you're more than welcome, obviously, to watch, where I sort of really try and condense a lot of this feedback. I'm trying to keep the content a lot more compact, rather than sort of going off into a lot of different tangents. But I hope this has been helpful. I've got a lot of content coming up, being around YouTube ads, more around Google ads, Bing ads, TikTok ads as well. I really enjoy all that. But if you have any suggestions, please comment that down below as well. Thank you, and take care, and bye.